Hello everybody and welcome for a new Kerbal Space Program episode. In this episode we will recreate the White Knight 2 from the Virgin Galactic brand and we will make some tourism flights in that. So, if you remember, on this channel we had on the past some recreation of Virgin Galactic's planes, but it was just a name. We called that a recreation, but it wasn't a true recreation. But that one used the same principle, the same wings than the original brand, and I thought in the beginning that this will not fly very great, will not break very great in the atmosphere, but obviously I was completely wrong because this thing flies very great and lands awesomely. So you will see on this video all the flight and the next version 2 of that, because I made a bigger version of that plane. So stay tuned if you don't want to miss this. So we need like the original brand, the launcher, the true plane around that with two faces, with two heads that will launch our plane in space. So I made a big powerful thing. In Kerbal Space Program we aren't allowed to control two planes at the same time, so I will have to let this crash in the atmosphere. It's why I don't put any pilot in that, but I will act like this one will return to the ground. I could do like Matlone does, make this land and after take an old save and relaunch this, but I can't. So this is the takeoff, nice takeoff. It's almost nice, almost without turbulences and other, but it's almost. So we can have some nice flybys. This is working with Endgame's motors, the latest ones that I unlocked, the SSTO ones. Like this we will be able to take a lot of speed to go almost in space at the space frontier, so it's why I'm trying to go very fast with that. It's not completely working because I'm not very used to these motors, but it will work at some time. So let's just start our ascent while I'm presenting you our crew. So we have Sumler, Kermon, Jorgo and Alcon in the tourism cabins, and after we have some pilots and others. So I think Sumler is our pilot here. Our 4 motors are running well, and after we will be able in space to turn on the rocket engines on the plane. Of course, I let a little plane engine on our White Knight 2 in case of emergency, like when we need to go around and to land on water, or we need to take some speed or other. I don't know what can happen. This is a test version, so let's just test it. We are already at 5,000 meters above the ground, 5 kilometers. We are at almost 20 or more kilometers from the base, so there's no turning back possible because it will be too expensive. At least my plane isn't controlled by Xbox controller like the submarines. The very sad story of the submarines that happened when I'm talking, but when this video will go out it will probably get forgotten, I don't know, by the community. So it's, I don't have the English word for condolence, but for those people who died it's very sad. But come on guys, you know that for 25, I don't remember the price, it was not so expensive for a submarine that was going on 4,000 meters deep. It's controlled by an Xbox controller and you trust those guys with your life. It's not logical, but you know, if I will be a billionaire I will build my own submarines with a whole team of engineers on that. I will not trust a guy with an Xbox controller for that. But I don't know, maybe he had some other ideas or some other project. We are out of the stratosphere, we are getting on the thermosphere and mesosphere, if I'm right. So we will need to cut out those motors at the end of this one, because obviously they looks like they are working nice. We can detach the White Knight 2 from the screw, from the base ship, I will say. It's going pretty fast, but not this fast. So let's just take a very hard ascent to get our apoapsis very, very high. So we descent quite well. We have a 40 kilometers height apoapsis and we don't have enough fuel to continue. So it's a little bit of an issue. We can see the Earth and the sky, the space, so we will consider this as a suborbital flight, even if it's not. But our tourists have seen the space, so our mission is complete. We can see it's nice descent and how well it brakes and how fast it brakes, so we will land on that. We can control the ascendant and descendant with our wings, so it's the whole wings that is moving like an aileron to go down. We don't have any rudder on this because I thought it was not useful. Maybe I should have put one. So this land is very accelerated because my game was lagging, so we have a PowerPoint of the land, so I will show you the landing of this plane because this one is not a PowerPoint. Of course I had some issues with that. I think my computer is telling me that I have very strong issues with all the things and I should not use it with all the powerful games like that, but I don't care. I want to play this game, I will play this game. For example, I played today at Flight Simulator and maybe my computer crashed. My game crashed, not my computer, because my graphic card was overheating. It may be a dangerous announcement, but I just closed the game and reopened it. It works, and it re-closed after because of a crash. So we have some nice takeoff, very, very fast takeoff. Not that fast. We need to use all the road. I don't remember. That's a problem. That's a memory problem. The runway, yes, I had to use the whole runway. So the principle of this is pretty the same as the White Knight 2, but we have one difference. It's not on a big plane, so this one is flying by itself to the 40 kilometers limit. I don't know why I can't go further, but I think this one will not go further anyway. So we have all the crew in the same cabin, pretty much like the real life plane, because in the real life they were all in the same cabin, like one at each window, and it was very beautiful and well made. I don't know, I don't think Virgin Galactic flew over the past months. I don't know what's the problem with them. So this is flying over the clouds. And by the way, do you like our graphic mods? Because we have some flybys and other. I do really appreciate those flybys and clouds and other. It's very nice. Our speed is very low, so I hope we can accelerate in the upper atmosphere. I will continue to call that like Turbo Space Program does, because the BAAs, the French words that we learned in that evaluation, are not completely sticking to the Turbo Space Program atmosphere, because the levels are not at the same levels, and there's only 3 compared to 4 on the real life, so I don't know how to call them. So the plane is flying great, but our speed is stuck to 284 meters a second, so we need to accelerate, but obviously I can't right now. I hope it will accelerate after, but I think it's around 15 kilometers height that it keeps accelerating. I don't know. So we are in acceleration 2 times in the game, 2 time warp, and in the video editing I think it's also 2 time acceleration. So yes, it's a lot of acceleration for that. We're climbing over and over any flybys again and again. So we are close to that 15 kilometers height limit, but I think we will not be able to go any further. And we passed through the 400 meters second barrier. We broke the wall of sound, so we need to go up, and to do that again. And I just lost my patience, so I completely used all the rocket engines to go up, but I think I could have made this with the normal motors. But anyway, we're at the 14 kilometers barrier and we will fall down in the atmosphere. So let's see if this one flies as well as the previous one. So we are at 700 meters second. We activate the wings and suddenly we are at 200 meters a second. So we broke from 500 meters a second only with the wings. So it's very efficient. Very efficient. This time we will land on water, so we will need to be very slow, and as you will see, it worked. We just landed without destroying anything because it's very slow, very nice, and we can maneuver it very well. So thank you for watching. It's a little bit early to say the thank you, but anyway, let's continue. Thank you for watching. Please consider commenting this video, post anything you want, leaving a like, or simply enjoying your day.